Lafia, aho, I say, namaste, and blessings to all. Welcome to Shadow of Wolves. Look at the size of these donuts. When we're looking at sweet confections and we're looking at the energy of sweetness and enjoying this, do understand that everything is made with intention. So when we are having something sweet, or when we give a loved one something sweet, or we would like to resolve something with someone who is bitter, give them something sweet. And why do we do that? Giving someone something sweet will change the energy of the conversation. All of a sudden, your endorphins kick in and you enjoy what's sweet that is right here. You can give honey, you can give donuts, you can give simple, you can make your own confection, and you pray your intentions on your confections. And I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. So when there's a bitter situation, sweeten it up. Alafia, aho, I say, namaste, and blessings to all. So, when going over sugar and sweetness, when we need to resolve something with someone and we know we're going to meet them for a conversation, those of you who have experience with me in doing readings, I always mention, if necessary, I mention about how to change the energy with someone that may be conflicting or that you may have conflict with. Give them something sweet. Now, some people may say, suppose I am diabetic, or suppose I can't give them something sweet because they can't eat sugar. Well, guess what? There's always sugar substitute. There's always intentional prayers of sweetness of your conversation with that person. But I guarantee you, when you change the energy of something bitter or bitter conversation or bitter person, you're going to your job and you would like to bring something to your meetings and so forth, give them something sweet. So as I'm in front of the candy shop, let me just take you on a little tour of one of my favorite candies. Oh my God, cotton candy right here. My absolute favorite, pink cotton candy. Actually, even the popcorn. Most importantly, I love when it is made homemade and cotton candy is actually made fresh. So, and knowing that sugar brings life, it brings love, it brings happiness, do know that it can change a lot of your conversation with others. Why? Because the intention is made with love and happiness. So this is why you have places like when they say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and so forth. Here, this used to be our ultimate favorite for those of you who are love children from the 70s and even from the 80s. So when you're making something with delicious intentions of being sweet, do know that you have blessings of even those fairies that love sweetness, fairies that love sweet milk, elves who love chocolate and actual peppermints and so forth. So in knowing that, do know that you can always change the energy of someone who is angry with you. That's a little secret to sweeten them up, as we would say. So even something like taffy, chocolate, honey. Now, let's say, for example, you say, oh, I gave them something sweet, but it really didn't work. Well, did you believe in what you were doing? Did you pray over your sweet cake that you gave to your loved ones? Did you really put your intention into it? Because when they make it, they're putting their intention into it. Just like when there are couples, I always tell them, listen, take a champagne bath because champagne represents joy and happiness and everything being bubbly. Look, I love this. Look at this candy. It's not real, of course, but you know what? In the imaginary world, it can be real because of your intention. So, say for example, within your marriage or within your relationship, for all of you that are couples, you can use roses, you can use champagne. Why? Roses were made, which we'll get into in another story. Follow me on YouTube for a longer version about roses. I made this video a few years ago, and I'll put the link below. But roses represent love. It represents unity. It represents the sweet energy of sweet flower fairies and so forth. So when you're talking about making something, when you make something, if you're making something hot and spicy, and you're ready to go to war with someone, that's a different energy. So remember, everything is made with intention. So when you're making your spiritual baths and you want to sweeten yourself up, do not hesitate to put sugar. Coffee makes our energy work even faster, black coffee. Do not forget to put your honey. Do not forget to put your sweet flowers such as roses and so forth. So do know all of this, as well as daffodils, bring positive energy. What did we used to do back then for children that would cry and cry and cry? We would give them a piece of candy and they would eat the candy and be quiet. No, so when the housewives with their husbands used to come home, what did they do? They would give them a glass of wine or martini and so forth. Food is energy, guys. Not only is food energy, but also what we ingest, what we put on our bodies, all of that is energy. So remember, walk with faith, walk with love, walk with the energy of sweetness. And for those of you who are warriors and you need to be fiery, then put some spice in your food. Alafia, aho, I say namaste, and thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves.